got time to fill. They've created a game called Mashflix and Chill. The same two fools with a bit of a twist. With each new mash, a new guest they enlist. It started as hybrids, a game from Carl's mind. Thinking about what if two movies combined? We could stitch them together in pyramid style, or a filmily tree set side with a smile. We still do the scale, all 5 points we've got, and unveil the ale. Only Carl drinks the lot. A man called Adam said, hey, this looks good, so we made it a podcast as quick as we could.
Hello and welcome to Movie the Needle. I'm Simon. As usual, I'm joined by my good friend Carl. And for our Mashflix and Chill episode today, we are completing the Rev Almanac set, as we are delighted to have with us the self-confessed flag nerd, cat-loving, Oscars-dated geekess herself. It's Amanda Nevington.
Mashflix and Chill, it's time for the start. Still just two idiots trying to sound smart. Mashflix and Chill, only mildly offensive, but podcast equipment should be more expensive.
That was a lot of things that I forgot that I've said over time. So that was great. Like, how did you know all these things about me?
Yeah, it's very helpful that you had a whole Instagram post that just listed a load of interesting things. It was very helpful.
That's true. Yes.
Flag nerd. I love flags, like country flags. So
Yeah.
that's really exciting. But
one.
I now know that you mean the made-up sport that you just introduced us to off air.
It's both. Yeah. Apparently color guard is a very US thing.
Very, very much so, very much. But welcome, Amanda. Great to have you with us. And hello, Carl. I realise that whenever I do these, I don't talk to Carl for about the first 10 minutes because I just talk to the guest. Should probably get him to say hi at some point. But there you go. So, Amanda, so the listeners can get to know you a little more if they don't already. Can you give us a bit of a background to your movie fandom? Tell us about Oscar Upset's channel and your new Revisionist Almanac family and what's it all about? What do people need to know?
Yeah, so I started my Oscar Upsets account several years ago because I realized I'd never watched anything ever. So I started watching like all the Best Picture winners, and then I went, oh, actually, some of these are really bad. So I started watching all of the upsets from all those years. Still along the way, have not seen a lot of movies. I feel like I always need to preface that. There's a lot that I have not seen.
There are a lot of movies out there, Amanda. I mean, that is the thing. No matter how many movies you watch, you have still not seen a lot of movies, as we continually find out when people say, oh, this is great. And you're like, no, sorry, not seen that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what I discovered when I joined Andrew and Heather earlier this year at Rev Almanac, is that they're like, oh, we're going to do an episode on Ray Fiennes. And I'm like, oh, this will be easy. And then I had to watch like 10 movies for it. And every month they're like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. I'm overwhelmed. We're doing too much, but
you've just
their
done
prep is easy.
You've just done like a Ryan Gosling one.
Mm-hmm.
You've done a Christian Bale one recently as well. And I listened to the Christian Bale one quite recently. And that was very much just like, no, I'd seen like one Christian Bale film in my whole life. So I had to basically just watch everything.
Yes, I feel like I've watched so much, and yet, we get an episode like that pop up. And like, we're doing one for Spielberg, I think, in a few months. And I'm going to have to watch like 10 probably again.
Andrew's terrible company for this sort of thing as well, because as far as I can look out, he's seen every movie ever twice.
Correct. Yeah, he's like, oh, I didn't have to do any prep. This is easy. And I'm over here like, this is a 20-hour work week I got to do.
That is good. I am very jealous of your Instagram, by the way, Amanda. Carl is always yelling at me to stick with a brand. Oh my God, Amanda, you definitely do stick with the brand. You've got a different sort of theme, consistent theme for each decade that you're doing. It's all kind of related to that decade as well. I'm just sitting there going like, don't let Carl look at this. Don't let Carl see this.
He's got off script.
Yes, this is my like, oh, I can pretend to be a graphic designer, and I have way too much fun with these decades. So.
No, they're great. They look fantastic. You put them all together in one thing as well. They look great. I've read as well that you'd like to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite mode of transport: trains, planes, or automobiles?
Ooh, I've done a plane once and I hated it. I love a train, but the train system in the United States is terrible. I am excited. I'm going on like a cross-country train trip in a few months, as best as you can do with the U.S. train system. But that would be by far the best. Trains are great.
Trains are great. I'm a big fan of a train. We did a train from London to Paris, then on to Italy, and did that. And that was just looking at the scenery through that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Carl, where are you on planes, trains, and automobiles?
Well, I was just going to ask Amanda, have you seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
No.
No.
See, this is a common theme.
Yeah. Yeah, train would be good if they weren't absolutely awful in this country and really, really expensive. But yeah. Train's some good.
The
travel.
theory of a train is great, right?
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah. Just the practice is less so when you have to wait and get a replacement bus.
You know, and I'd love to still do the whole Orient Express thing if it wasn't £1 million.
Yeah, again, looks great.
Yeah.
So we were talking about your gaps there. You've never seen the Dark Knight trilogy. We all have gaps, you know. Are there any others particularly that have come up that you've gone, oh my God, I really need to fill, apart from all the Spielberg films apparently, but any others that you're like, oh no, this is really bad. I should really, really watch this.
I feel like anything involving like any Marvel movie, anything that's like slightly in any way fantasy or sci-fi, I have not seen. I've gotten through 2 Star Wars recently.
You're very similar to Carl, to be fair.
Yeah. I've seen enough of them to know they're not worth your time. Don't bother. Watch something good instead.
Yeah. I watched the first one. I went, okay. And then people always talk about the second one. And then I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm bored already. So, but yeah, there's probably a ton of other gaps. I just can't think of them.
Yeah, I took Carl to The Empire Strikes Back at the cinema when it was like re-released. And I was expecting it to be like the moment where he realized the error of his ways. And he was just going to be, and you could tell that he knew that's why he said, we went to talk about it afterwards. He was like, no, I still not my thing. I still don't really like it. No. Yes, it's better. No, it's not good. It's like,
Yes, exactly.
So, Amanda, you're too indecisive to maintain an up-to-date Letterboxd top 4. It says.
Yes.
I'm gonna push you though for your all-time favorite movies if you can. Give it a shot. What have we got?
Okay. I actually was thinking about this recently, not for this, just it goes through my head. And I feel like if I had to pick 4, not that maybe are my favorite, but 4 that I would just put on anytime, those would be Holes, because I love Sigourney Weaver and I watched that like 1,000 times as a child. The Hunger Games Catching Fire, also
second
watched.
One.
The second one, yes.
Yeah, that is good.
Better than the first one.
It is.
I could watch it every single day. And then because I also just have an Al Pacino thing, I'd probably do the first Godfather and then Dog Day Afternoon.
Oh, nice.
Dog Day Afternoon I watched for the first time not that long ago, and that was fantastic. Yeah, that was one of my gaps. No, that's it. That's a good 4. That's quite an eclectic 4 as well. Yeah. All actually, kind of in terms of just putting on and being able to watch at any point. I think that's pretty good. I've seen Holes once. Yeah. That's the one with Widow in it. What's his face? Gone a bit crazy now. What's his name?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf's in it. Yeah, my kid's reading that at school again.
Doing something. I don't know what he's up to.
They've had it as their class book like twice.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's always doing something weird, isn't he? Fighting or just talking. Awesome. Well, it feels like we get to know you a little bit more there, Amanda. It is the time of the episode where usually we unveil the ale, where Carl reveals a beer that we shall be drinking. Now, obviously, we're remote. It doesn't really work as we are remote. But, Carl, would you still please unveil the ale?
Thank you very much. Yes, I don't let the distance get in the way of this. So this week, I've gone for a beer from Sharps Brewing Company in honour of Judge Doom. It's Doom Bar.
Ah, very good. Very good.
And I've got us one each, so I will drink them all in your honour.
Thank you so much, and grateful as ever. Amanda, what are you drinking? It's an early afternoon, mid-afternoon your time. What are you drinking today?
Yes, I have a cherry Canada Dry.
Okay, interesting. I've got a double IPA. I've not brought the can up though, so I actually don't know what it's called, but I think it's called something incognito. Which, you know, if you're a PI, you could maybe be incognito, right? Even though they don't seem to ever be incognito, they just go to just wander around.
Sort of announce themselves, don't they? Yeah,
they do somewhat. Yeah.
Does that work? I mean, it seems like they're constantly getting caught out.
Yeah, it does. They're getting dragged into all sorts of nonsense as well. Like, what are they doing? Anyway, right, time to move on to the mashup that we are going to be discussing today. So, the one that we are doing is Roman Polanski's 1974 conspiracy thriller Chinatown, crossed with, of course, Robert Stevenson's classic 1964 Disney musical Mary Poppins, which of course makes the Robert Zemeckis 1988 high-concept comedy starring Bob Hoskins, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? No question mark. Let's start by going round the virtual room and give our initial thoughts on the movies being mashed, where it sits on the simple 5-point scale, and how we thought they would fit into the resultant film. But just to introduce the simple 5-point scale to you, Amanda, and anyone new that is listening, it is simple. It's purely how good the film is. It's not. Jesus Christ. One day I'll get this right. Unbelievable. It's a simple 5-point scale that I am capable of getting right. So,
it's a very complicated scale.
You either really like it, you're ambivalent, you don't like it, or you really don't like it.
My life, this podcast gets worse and worse.
It does. You think I'd have it nailed by now. Anyway, let's start with Chinatown. And for those not already familiar with it, a little summary. So this is a private detective played by Jack Nicholson, hired to expose an adulterer in 1930s Los Angeles, and finds himself caught up in a web of deceit, corruption, and murder. So, Carl, Chinatown, where is it on the simple 5-point scale for you? Why? And where do you think this fits into the mash?
Oh, dear me.
Thought about it in much detail.
Try pull myself back together again. So Chinatown is a lovely reminder of just how wrong I am sometimes. I watched this for the first time 2 years ago now, I think. Mm-hmm. Completely dismissed it as boring tripe. And then we rewatched it for the podcast.
Did.
And I really like Chinatown. Really, really like it. I mean, hard-boiled detective, proper noir plot. And that's been almost lifted pretty much in its entirety and patched into Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So, a really, really good fit. Easy.
Okay, Amanda, what about you? Where does it sit on the simple 5-point scale and why?
I feel like I did the same exact thing. I was revisiting your guys' episode on this. I watched it a couple years ago because it was opposite The Godfather Part 2. And I was like, well, I love The Godfather Part 2. So why Chinatown? I don't care, whatever. And I was kind of ambivalent on it, but I rewatched it just to make sure. And I would say that I like it. Mm-hmm. It has all the components that I would really like, but I think that there's just something about it that I don't rewatch it often. So I don't think about it. But yes, the plot is basically feels like the exact same film.
Yep.
So
it is. Yeah. I mean, I really like Chinatown. I will do one caveat though, that unlike the previous watch I did for our Chinatown episode, which you can check our feed, it hadn't been that long actually since I last watched it. So there is something lost, I think, with Chinatown to remembering the plot twists and turns, which is, I think, just adds so much to it when you're going along for that blind for the first time. It is, however, an incredibly well-made movie, and the writing in particular, I think, is great, considering it revolves around mainly water, which is dull, let's face it. There are some fantastic performances. Nicholson, Faye Dunaway, John Huston as well. It looks fantastic, from costumes to how it's shot and general feeling you get of it being really tangible and real. And although, as you say, Amanda, it came out in the same year as The Godfather Part 2. If you asked me what my favourite movie of that year was, I would have to say, forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Ooh, big. That's big.
I mean, is that actually true, or do you just want to get that line in? We'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know. But as you say, it's got the private detective on a mission to solve the mystery in LA. And you know what else it does? It addresses topics which are culturally taboo. Yeah. I mean, you obviously got incest for this and bestiality in Roger Rabbit.
That's where I thought you were going to go. Yeah. I did wonder just for that. I thought he's going to talk about animals, isn't he? Here.
Yeah. You know, even if you're animated, you're still an animated human. You're still boffing a rabbit. Just on my point of this sort of film, Chinatown. Does it rely on its twists and turns? And are these sort of films, do you kind of lose something? And I'm thinking like, you know, the Knives Out as well and Glass Onion, things such as that. Any kind of murder mystery, I guess, as well. Do they lose a little bit on rewatch, or do you see different things each time when you know it's coming? What do you think, Amanda?
I feel like you mentioned Knives Out. Now I'm kind of mad that I didn't put that in my 4 because I rewatch Knives Out 1,000 times because no, I think it still has the same effect. And I feel like Chinatown is very similar for me to The Departed, that every time I watch it, I get a little less confused about what's going on because I'm still not like 100% what's going on. So no, I think even though I watched Chinatown a couple years ago, watched it again the other day and forgot apparently the whole plot. If I just keep doing that every couple of years, I will again forget the whole plot and it'll be fine.
I'm with you on that. I think if the film's done right, then it rewards repeat viewing. That's not to say that there isn't a point where you can wear it out, but I don't think that's going to come with 2 or 3 watches in close succession. Personally, I mean, you say that you've got it down now, but I bet if we had a good talk about this, you'd still go, "What was that? No, I didn't catch that bit. Who was that? No, I have no idea."
You're entirely right. Yeah, just like you said there, Amanda. Like, I think I understand it, and then probably when I watch it again, I go, "Oh no, not really. No, didn't really understand that." Okay, cool. All right, well, let's move on to Mary Poppins, and I almost forgot to change this little description from the last episode. So this did start with when former Green Beret John Rambo. I was like, oh, that would be interesting to see John Rambo as a nanny in Turn of the Century London. But there we go. But no, we are in Turn of the Century London, where a magical nanny employs music and adventure to help 2 neglected children become closer to their father. So Carl, back to you. I dread to think. Where is this on the simple 5-point scale, and where does it fit into the mash?
So many unpleasant memories coming back watching this. Usually of a rainy Sunday afternoon when we can't go out. And let's put a film on, kids. Let's fucking not, shall we? Because Mary Poppins, I really don't like. My word, was this a slog to get through. I mean, it's chaos. It's anarchy. It is. The musical numbers are relentless. After an hour, I thought, there can't be another hour and 20 to go because we've heard every song ever already. And I must recognise, to be fair to it, we did an episode on Alice in Wonderland, which is another unpleasant childhood, not Alice in Wonderland, The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Which is another unpleasant childhood memory for me, as is Alice in Wonderland, little slip there. We did an episode on Wizard of Oz and posited that it is overrated. For me, the music in Alice in Wonderland, the music in Wizard of Oz, barring a couple of numbers, is entirely forgettable. To be fair to Mary Poppins, you can't level that accusation at it. The cultural penetration on just how broadly recognised those musical numbers are, it is really quite something. However, I hate them. So look, it's just like, obviously, in terms of the mash, cartoons and humans coexisting, it's all there. It's a great fit.
Good stuff. All right, Amanda, rescuers. Where's Mary Poppins on the simple 5-point scale?
Mine is not that far down, but I agree with most of those points that I'd only seen it once and I did not grow up on it. And so I think that helped that I watched it once as an adult and I went, okay, like I get the idea. I get the, the cultural whatever of it. And then I started to rewatch it the other day, and I was like, wow, they are still just riding around on a merry-go-round horse for 20 minutes. What are we doing here? And so, no, I didn't even finish rewatching it, honestly. So I'd put it somewhere in like ambivalent range because like it's cute. It's nice to see once and go, oh, you did it. But yeah, it's very long.
Where do you stand on The Wizard of Oz, Amanda?
It's neck.
I honestly feel kind of the same. That like I've seen it maybe twice, and I went, okay, yeah, I get it.
Which is great.
Sure.
Can we have Amanda back on next week as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back onto Mary Poppins. I too am ambivalent, Amanda. So it's a similar feeling. Actually, it's slightly different, contrasting feelings to Carl. So I like a lot of this, and actually a lot of the fondness does come from childhood watches of it, unlike say The Wizard of Oz. But my primary issue is with it is it is just far too long and spends far too long on, as exactly what you said there, the bloody merry-go-round horses, and when they're in the painting, like that just goes, that is never ending. The chimney sweep dancing.
Oh God.
Oh, we get it. You're very good dancers. We've done that. Right. Why are you still doing it 10 minutes in? Crazy.
Amanda's probably failed by that point.
Yeah, she's got. Yeah, you got no, thank you. I reckon there's a great 90-minute musical in there, and I think still captures the same magic, has all of the bangers, and it's got some fantastic practical effects in there, which includes, Carl, to note, some proper banister sliding, both up and down.
Do you know what?
Hard-boiled.
Right, when she did that, I thought Si's going to mention hard-boiled.
Banister sliding, hard-boiled. No, thank you. Anyway, the songs are memorable. I really do have to apologize to my wife because I am still whistling and singing along to them. Not necessarily with the same words that they have in there. I may make up my own words to the same tune. She's quite sick of it by now, to the point where she started putting on like other catchy songs on the speaker in the kitchen just to make me stop. And it's got some great lines in there as well. Close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Is something that I do put out there every now and then. And Julie Andrews is fantastic in this. And who doesn't enjoy watching people have fun with the mentally ill admiral? Right?
Yeah,
I don't, done it.
Yeah, they've indulged him to the point where I'd say it's not helpful, actually. I feel like they are aiding and abetting his mental illness at this point.
In terms of its fit, though, primarily, as we say, the interaction with the animation, which there is a lot more of that than I remembered. I thought that scene was maybe like 5 minutes. It's a good 25 minutes of doing that. So, quite happy with that in that sense.
You like black out in the middle of it. So it feels like 5 minutes, but you've actually been there for an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's some proper slapstick in there. A character that lives only to entertain and make people laugh. And in Bert, there's still things there. And it also has a character you probably shouldn't find sexy, but we are where we are. To be specific, I'm talking about Mary Poppins, not Bert.
I think it's okay to find Mary Poppins sexy.
Yeah,
she's of age. Yeah, she's of age.
She's of age. That wasn't my worry.
What was it? The power dynamic.
Sure.
Where are you coming from here, employer?
I don't know. Is she like? I don't think I ever watched this. I mean, obviously as a child, that would be weird if I found Mary Poppins sexy as a kid. There we go. One thing I do want to ask you guys: Dick Van Dyke accent, as bad as everyone says it is?
No.
Isn't it?
No. I mean, it's bad. It is bad. But I have to say, I thought watching it this time, I was like, this isn't quite the level of ridicule it's got over the decades.
I don't know. I might have to take the other half there. Actually, I was willing to defend it and go like, no, come on, he's fine. He's doing fine. And I was just, oh, good Lord. I mean, it's not Ocean's 11 levels, I suppose.
No, I think what it is it's just by far and away not the biggest problem with the movie. So yeah. I'm like, oh, it's fine. Yeah.
No, fair enough. I might have to watch The Sound of Music now, by the way, just for the Julie Andrews thing. I've not seen that yet, but singing None on a Hillside, sure.
God, another one.
It's long. Be prepared.
Oh no, that is why I haven't watched it. It's like 3.5 hours,
yes.
Isn't it?
It's something ridiculous.
Is there like a different cut that you can just get, like the streamlined? I just want to say I've seen it cut. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
you can do the
exactly.
Andrew cut and watch it at 2 times speed, as we like to say that he does.
I love that keeps coming up. That's great.
Yeah, I don't mind putting that out there as fact.
Yeah. It's the only possible way that you can watch all those films. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anything else on Mary Poppins? Did you say he scares me?
I feel like specifically, yeah. How does he see so many? I have no idea. I don't know. Specifically, both of these have...
I thought you were literally just doing like a little... You're doing a little like, he scares me, help me. I didn't
want to join this podcast.
I'm trapped.
He found where I lived. It just happened around the corner.
Where I live.
I like the idea. You won't get this reference. You won't get this reference, Amanda. In fact, Simon, neither with you. But I really love the idea that you and Heather have been swept up by Andrew, and he's now, you're my wife now, Dave. Which some people will get that. Yeah, brilliant.
Sorry, anyway. So Mary Poppins. Anything else on Mary Poppins?
This is literally the only thing I had written down, is they both have like scenes with dancing penguins in them.
They do. Yeah. Good.
So that was my one thing. I was like, okay, there it is. But yeah, the Mary Poppins has an incredible amount of visible green screen too, that when you watch it now, you go, oh, this doesn't look very good. But at the time, I bet it was good.
It was 1964. I mean,
good for them at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, also the street's blatantly a soundstage, isn't it? That's not a real street.
There's not a real place inside.
Yeah. One thing I noticed this time around, which I always thought was quite clever previously, and then I realised I've been conned, is when he pulls his trousers down to bring the sort of
penguin bit.
I don't know what you call that bit, the gusset of his trousers down, right, to make his legs look like a penguin. Oh, that's quite clever. It's not. It's a completely different garment he's wearing that is stitched down to the bottom. And then if you see, he then pulls them back up, and then he's wearing shorts essentially, and then it cuts back and he's in full trousers. We've been conned.
You've been burying the lead here, Carl. This is what we should have led the episode with.
Right now, I feel like I have to go back and rewatch this.
Oh no, God no!
The worst, longest part of the movie.
Yeah.
Just watch that whole segment again and again and again.
Like purgatory.
That's what it felt like.
All right, we'll move on then to our featured movie, The Mash, the resultant movie from the mashup, as we deep dive into Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And this is one I have been really looking forward to talking about. So again, we'll go round with our overall impressions of the movie, where it sits on a simple 5-point scale, and a quick summary before we deep dive into production, plot, and cast. So for those not familiar with Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where have you been? But Who Framed Roger Rabbit? When a cartoon rabbit is accused of murder, he enlists the help of burnt-out private investigator Bob Hoskins to prove his innocence. I mean, yeah, that's very succinct, isn't it? So for me, this is a really for me. I absolutely loved this as a kid. It still brings me great joy. It's got a solid plot, as we said, straight out of the noir playbook. But it's the human and animated character interaction which just continues to blow me away, and the quality of that even 40 years later, whatever many years later this is. Plus, it's pretty funny, and the little sight gags and references keep you going for multiple re-watches. What about you, Amanda? Where's it on the scale?
Yep, I was excited for this because I had not seen this prior to us talking about this, and so I'm like, I finally got to get around to it. I've watched it twice in a week now, and I would say that I love it.
Brilliant.
I wish I would have seen it 20 years ago when I was a child. Maybe I would have watched it 1,000 times by now. But yeah, it is a PG rated movie, and it is a little nasty at times, and it's very funny, across all the different kinds of humor they're using. Very funny, nice to look at. The integration of the animation's really well done. It's just nicely done all around.
Couldn't agree more. Carl? Oh no.
No.
So I did like this as a kid. So I had very fond memories of it. And I was honestly surprised this time around. I agree with how well made it is. This is not a question of me going to give this film a kick in any way or say loads of nice positive things about it as we go through the episode. I just didn't enjoy it that much. So I've kind of been wrestling with. I don't think I'll go the whole way and say I don't like it. I think I'm ambivalent with this. Easy to appreciate, technical marvel. Yeah, I honestly just didn't enjoy it that much. It was just, it was okay.
Something going on at home, Carl?
So sad.
Yeah. Well, it's like a little piece of my childhood died.
Yeah, that is really upsetting. I honestly didn't think it was possible not to like it, but just not to.
What are you?
Like
What's wrong with you today? Honestly, he can't talk, ladies and gentlemen. I was reminded a little bit of Back to the Future, right, when we did that episode. Mm-hmm. Again, I liked that as a kid. Technically, what a brilliant film that is, near perfect. But yeah, I was just like, it's all right. I will say though, I probably did only watch this like once as a kid. It wasn't like something I watched regularly. It's something I had seen and was fond of, but it didn't form a huge part of my childhood or anything like that. So, yeah, there we go. Sorry to disappoint. Si in particular looks crestfallen.
I do. Genuinely upset, mainly because we could have done this as a canon episode.
Well, we still can in a year's time.
That's true. All right, let's deep dive into the production. We are firing through this at rapid speed. This is going to be our shortest Mashflix episode yet. We'll get stuck somewhere, don't worry. We'll go down rabbit holes, no pun intended. And we'll get stuck, don't worry. But production, okay. I want to start with the cartoon interaction with objects and humans and just the technical brilliance of that. And there's loads of examples. I'm not going to list them all, but the ones that really stood out are like the weasel splashing the water. You know, when he's got him under the water and he's doing it, and then the weasel just like splashes him. He's down. I'm just like, how are you making this look so good? There's like funny ones as well with like the eyes knocking over the beer bottle through the two holes as he looks, and his kind of eyes sort of spin out. So they use it to like not just be make it feel like it's one world, but then they're obviously using it for comedic effect really well as well. And there's just some aspects that they've made their life so hard for no good reason as well, like knocking and making a lamp swing and then it creating the shadows of like the animated characters and everything. It's just like, why would you do that? That's just a crazy amount of work that you've just created for yourselves for no good reason, apart from just to make it look amazing. What did you think of all that side of things, guys?
I agree. Yeah, I was thinking of the water one, and then there's the one towards the end when Jessica Rabbit has like the mirror, and so she's like framing herself in the mirror, and then she pans over and frames Eddie in the mirror, and then they continue the scene, and I'm like, why? I don't think it's necessary, but it looks great.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. They have gone. They could have just put a static camera down, and then you do the scene and you lay the animation in on top. Yep. And instead, what they've done is they've gone, no, we are going to shoot this like a real movie, like these things are existing. So we're going to pan. We're going to have a shaky cam. We're going to have cuts back and forth. We're going to have clever things with perspective, like you just described. And then they've obviously had to put the work in on the animation side to make that work. But the payoff is terrific because it never feels like they're just patching in some animation over the top. It feels like they're there in the scene. Obviously, that's helped by the acting. It must be really hard to act in a film like this as well. It must be really hard to act to nothing. And they're absolutely nailing that. But yeah, they've gone those extra lengths and it feels proper. It feels like one world and terrific. An absolute marvel.
So, yeah, I mean, Bob Hoskins did take a year off after this because he was just exhausted from acting against nothing. And he said he was basically like hallucinating weasels by the end of it, which you could imagine. I mean, I read a little bit about how they technically like did this. So every frame of the movie that featured a mixture of the animation and live action, you had to print that up as a still photograph. The animator would then draw the particular illustration for that frame on tracing paper, set on top of the photo, The outline drawing then was hand colored in. And once you've done that, the drawing had to be composited back into the original frame using an optical printer. Just what? Just crazy. And you do the contrast here to Mary Poppins, where, as you said, Amanda, it's just that there's no thinking that they are
just green screen, isn't it?
In the same world, right? They are clearly two separate things.
Pasted in there, yeah.
Yeah, and it serves its purpose, but this is a whole new level. Some other technical things which I read, and again, no good reason for this, but I do want to point out, to give Jessica Rabbit's bosom an unusual bounce, the supervising animator reversed the natural up and down movements of her breasts as she walked. So they bounce up when they should be bouncing down, and vice versa, to make it really amplified. It's like, sure.
Wow.
Somebody's really studied this. That must have been a hard, really difficult job. Don't use the word hard.
There are a lot of a lot of breast talk in this movie. A lot of reaching into them and whacking them, and sound effects that come off of them.
Booby trap, yeah.
Oh, the booby trap's a good gag. Yeah, good gag for booby trap.
I mean, I had this in plot, but I'm going to bring it up now. In the original VHS and Laserdisc, there was a very brief single frame of Betty Boop's dress slipping down and exposing her breasts that they included in there, which Robert Zemeckis insisted on including as a tribute to classic Betty Boop cartoons, where the animators would slip in the occasional single lewd frame, but it was cut out of future releases. Was
that a thing?
What?
Where is the boob cut?
Yeah, release the boob cut.
I have to go buy it. Yeah.
And also there's a frame of Jessica's breasts being exposed during the booby trap gag that was animated but never did make it into the version of the film, which I think is the correct choice. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Why do they want to show cartoon breasts so bad?
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole section of the internet if that's what you're into.
Yeah, and usually, Simon, you'd be all over this, but because she's not actually a rabbit, that presumably turned you off?
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. As soon as it was revealed she wasn't a rabbit, that's because Cadbury's Bunny, so a advert shown in the, I guess, early 90s, I guess. So that was a sexy rabbit talking in a silky smooth voice, and then Carl ruined it by revealing who did the voice for that, and it was like Miriam Margolyes, is it? Mm-hmm. Who's not the sexiest woman that you'd ever.
Well, not now. Imagine. I mean,
no, maybe then.
Vibrant and full of life back then. What's up with you?
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
How was Have you seen Zootopia 2? How was Zootopia's for you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Judy? Yeah, that seems all right. Yeah, no, didn't really.
The furry stuff is off the charts for Zootopia, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. But no. There we go.
Listen, look, just on character design, I do think that how deep you want to go on the boobs or not is neither here nor there. But I do think the character's design sort of really stands out. Although I will say, Jessica Rabbit, she's clearly had work done, hasn't she?
Yeah. All natural, whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Those lips as well. But they've really thought about it, and she's a properly iconic character as a result. I did think initially, I thought Roger would be a terrible pint, wouldn't he? He'd be so unbearable, just always joking. It's like, Roger, just wind it in for a second. But you know what? As the movie wore on, I thought, nah, I quite like his commitment to, if there's a joke, you got to say it, regardless of the situation. And talking about good gags, I really like you mean to say you could have you got out these handcuffs whenever you wanted, only when it's funny.
Whatever I wanted, only when it's funny.
Only when it's funny. And like literally later on, can't keep his mouth shut because he's got to say a joke regardless of level of peril. So some proper thought got into the character design of these cartoon characters, as if they were people, as if they've got all of these individual traits and whatnot. And again, it sort of works.
Yeah, for sure. I think as well that LA in this film looks incredible. And it all feeds into that world building of that real and Toontown being kind of combined, and they both kind of even Toontown itself is just everything that you would imagine in terms of a whole town that is completely full of toons and its craziness that goes with it. You also have the segregation, the mistrust, and all that good stuff as well that they feed into their like bars only for where toons can't be customers and things such as that. So there's a degree of integration of these worlds, but then there's still that segregation of it. And I reckon you could go really deep on this if you were so inclined, but I'm not.
Yeah, why is there a bar that is all of the servers are penguins? What is the penguin thing?
There's an octopus.
Yes, I mean, he's
Octopus
really good
Plumber.
at his job.
Yeah. And stuff like that. They had like little puppeteers doing all of that and moving all of the drinks for the octopus thing, and then just animated the octopus on top of that, and it's just like,
yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I'm exhausted thinking about the work that would have
Yeah,
indeed.
Also pretty ambitious that they've gone for Disney and Warner Brothers.
Mm.
And they went and they got all the voices as well. They didn't sort of shortcut any of it, because they could have just got a couple of characters, recognizable ones, and then just filled it out with just generic cartoon things. And that would have worked in terms of what the movie's going for. It wouldn't have worked as well, but it's really cool how they've gone big on everything, and they've really pulled it off.
And there's some really interesting mechanics of that in terms of screen time allowed for Warner Brothers versus Disney, where they had to be kind of equal. They couldn't be more or less than the other one. So that's why you get them acting in double acts quite a lot. The production budget for this was $70 million, by the way, which is adjusted for inflation over $180 million. Makes it the most expensive film produced in the 80s and had the longest on-screen credits for the film. Most importantly, though, I mentioned it in a bit earlier in the film. No question mark in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Clearly a question. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's like a luck thing.
It's a luck thing. Yeah, it's considered bad luck to have a question mark in a title. I mean, what the hell? I mean,
no,
that's not a question. That's just a statement. What the hell?
Virginia Woolf. There's a question mark on that. Was afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Yeah, that didn't do $1 billion, did it?
No.
Oh, there you go then.
There you go.
Case closed.
Did it have Dumbo?
Hey, he works for Peanuts.
Yeah. Why did Dumbo get such a long credit? Good for him.
Is Dumbo a boy?
I don't think he gets it out.
You got anything else on the production you want to talk about, guys?
I just had some more stuff on just the sound effects in general.
Yeah.
I think they're over exaggerated. Anything that involves like a toon prop is over exaggerated, and especially when Eddie like stands up, whacks his head on Jessica Rabbit's breasts, and then it makes like a drum like wow sound, and hilarious. But yeah, everything's just really goofy every time they throw something or whatever. But
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, the sound. I've overlooked the sound compared to the sight gags and stuff. But again, it's just that thing that makes it feel like you're in a cartoon world, even when they're in the real world, kind of thing. So
yeah, they just all accept it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just normal, right?
Yeah.
Final thing from me, just a sort of a writing decision, I guess. The decision for the humans to play it straight is, I feel, absolutely crucial to this. I think otherwise it just becomes complete slapstick, utter farce. It loses all sense of the crossover meaning anything. It diminishes that. Whereas, regardless of sort of how funny you find it, it's still a proper movie with a proper plot and a proper story, and that is because the humans are playing it straight. It's a very good decision, I think.
Indeed, it's the Michael Caine in Muppet Christmas Carol, the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Nobody knows what that movie's called. It is the Muppet Christmas Carol. Yeah,
here we go. Yeah. No, good shout. All right, shall we move on to the plot? This is a good point to speak about the mash, I think, because with Chinatown, there is a lot of kind of similarity in this, and I think we covered this in our Chinatown episode briefly, that there were two Jake Gitties, or Gits if you are John Huston, films, and the third movie that was planned with Robert Towne writing, the story that he had for this was used as the basis for Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and you can feel that. Like, there is definite similarity in there. And I've not seen the two Jakes. I don't feel the need to either, based on what I've read. But have you seen it, Carl, the two Jakes?
No, I did actually start it one evening. I got about 15 minutes in. Didn't bail on it for any particular reason. But you could sort of tell that it's just not up to the same level as the first one. So I've not gone back to it.
But yeah, I mean, the overall plot-wise, you've got the betrayed private detective whose life's falling apart, drinking himself to death, taking on that seemingly innocuous job of taking photos playing patty cake, actual patty cake as well, which is just fantastic.
Yeah, that seems to double for some sexual act in Toontown, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, even when he's watching and taking pictures or whatever, the sounds that they are both making of that, very, very good.
And then, of course, you're talking about crossovers with Chinatown. When Roger's having his breakdown in the office over patty cake and crying, it's exactly like Burt Young in Chinatown when he's getting the pictures of his wife or whatever.
Even down to playing with the blinds. He smashes through the blinds, Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. A real Chinatown nod there.
Yeah, but he obviously gets dragged into that bigger story, but he has a moral compass that doesn't allow him to walk away. Then you have all the twists and turns, the shock reveals, before ultimately he comes out on top, saves the day, cracks the case. And it all does it really well. Like, overall, from a plot perspective, as you said, Carl, at the end of production, the writing of it, like, it's a proper plot. It's not just stupid pratfalls and everything just strung together. It's a proper film, a proper plot. And I think it makes such a huge difference to how rewatchable I think this is.
That hit most of it. Yeah, it's even down to, like, as you said, there's like an affair that they're uncovering, but the affair is actually fake, and they send them on this chase for that.
Yeah.
I know you said, Si, about this is essentially the third Chinatown film, which was a transport system.
Yeah.
But even so, he's buying up land in the same way that they do in the Chinatown.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
With a view to what's coming next, obviously.
Taking advantage of the people of LA, buying all the land.
Yeah.
Both LA. Similar time period ish.
Yeah, 30s, 40s, is it? 30s, 40s, one of these.
It has that vibe, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's around the same. We'll just merge those two 20 years or so together into one. That's fine.
We were not there.
Well, I have got down that both set in 1940s LA, but that was just plucked from some Reddit thing. I didn't actually verify that. So.
No fact checking involved.
No, it's got to be true.
Yeah, it feels right.
Yeah. So, I mean, going right back to the start of this movie, the opening cartoon that they have in that with Roger and Baby Herman, like, it's a genuinely great little cartoon. I think it's so clever to use that as the start of the film. Because if you're going into this and you're going like, oh, am I just going to be watching a cartoon, or is this one of those cartoons that kind of precedes the feature film, and you've kind of got that, and then just as it cuts away, obviously he sees birds rather than stars, gets his lines wrong, as I say, and it cuts out. It all becomes revealed that this is like essentially they're shooting the cartoon thing. I just think it's so beautifully done in terms of that, converting it from I'm just watching a cartoon to, oh wait, no, this is the world we are in, and I love that.
Yeah,
and
good world building.
Say again.
Good world building.
Yeah, great world building. Yeah. And down to Joel Silver he's a famous producer. He's the director in that's going nuts at him, and there's even that in joke there because Bob Eisner at Disney apparently had a big falling out with him and hated him, so they kind of put him in this film just as kind of a two fingers up to him as well, which I always quite like when they throw in things such as that.
You get the nice gag with Baby Herman as well. Actually, he's a chain smoking Brooklynite or whatever.
Yeah. Fantastic Baby Herman.
Yeah. They have a joke later that he's like, I'm a 50-year-old man with a 3-year-old Willie or something. And I'm like, again, this is
less than a 3-year-old dinky.
Yeah. Like, again, this is a PG movie. What is going on?
my son just read that because I'd written that in my notes, and he went, "Huh, I think I get that." Just like, cool.
It works.
he's 11 years old and he understands. That's good. The next part of the plot I want to talk about, so the introduction to Jessica Rabbit in the bar, that whole scene and how they bring that. You start with the Daffy versus Donald, which we've already kind of mentioned. This is the last time I work with anyone with a speech impediment. Which I thought was just fantastic little line. You have the Scotch on the rocks, and I mean ice.
Yeah.
It's just like tunes. And then you've got Betty Boop working the tables because she's just a black and white cartoon. Just
she's washed up, mate.
Washed up. That's what she's doing now. And intro to Jessica. I mean, it's up there with the Cameron Diaz reveal in The Mask in terms of character introductions. I will say what I discovered as part of writing notes for this: Jessica Rabbit. How many S's? How many C's? How many B's? I've no idea. How many T's? That's why is this so hard for me? 2 S's, 1 C.
Is it done regularly?
No, I just don't know. I just don't know how to spell it when I was writing it.
Oh, okay. I was like, does she spell it funny?
Oh no!
No, it's just Simon.
It's just my incompetence.
Yeah, it's not the first time he's got mixed up on spelling. It's 2 S's, Simon.
2 S's, 1 C.
Yes.
Cool. All right, cool. There we go.
2 B's, 1 T.
Thank you. There we go. That's what you're spell checking these things. Yeah. What do you like about the plot then, guys? What's anything else that you want to talk about?
When I was on Letterboxd, I was looking through reviews, as I do, and there was one that really resonated with me because this person was like, I guess I didn't realize that she's married. Like the rabbit is her married name. I thought she was just a rabbit this whole time. And I guess I knew of the character for so long. I was like, oh, she's just a strange looking rabbit. No, human cartoon. So.
Yeah, like maybe she's tucked her ears in under her hair or something like that, and there's going to be a reveal at some point.
She like,
take off the wig and it's just the ears. The ears come out.
Yeah. My eldest was like, "Who's this?" I was like, "This is Jessica Rabbit." He goes, "She's not a rabbit. No, she's married to Mr. Rabbit." So, right, okay.
It's because he's funny, apparently.
Yeah.
That's what we rely on. The odd couple partnership of Roger and Eddie, I think, is great as well, and that just epitomised from one of their sort of first. Not one of their first interactions. After Roger's on the run, and it turns up at his place, and I just love the interaction that they have straight away, and it leads to the line of, "Well, you see, I didn't know where your office was, so I asked the newsboy. He didn't know. Yeah. So I asked the fireman, the greengrocer, the butcher, the baker. They didn't know, but the liquor store guy, he knew."
Yeah,
that's just the way they do it.
Which of course follows on from, "Oh, you didn't tell anyone you were here, did you?"
Absolutely not.
Good stuff. What do we think to, spoiler warning now, Judge Doom and the reveal, the double reveal, I guess. One, the reveal that he was the guy behind it all, which I guess is less of a big reveal because you kind of went, yeah, he seems evil.
Yeah.
But the added reveal of him being the Toon and the one behind the killing of Valiant's brother.
I've got a thing on Doom. Speaking of, actually, I've drank your beer, Amanda. It was lovely. Simon, I've drank yours. I think I better finish off with mine now. Yeah, I've got a thing on Doom. So he, in his entrance, so it's not really his entrance because he's in the bar earlier on, but I don't think he speaks in that scene. But when he sort of comes in and announces himself later, he talks about wanting Toons to respect the law.
Yeah.
And then just immediately murders one of them in cold blood. That can't be legal. Now who needs to respect the law?
Well, he's a monster. He's an animal, you know.
Yeah, pretty good. We'll talk a little bit more about it in cast, but pretty good turn considering Back to the Future was just before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, will be just before. Yeah. So
to sort of like come off of that more affable sort of klutz persona straight into this. Yeah. When was Addams Family?
Oh,
because this is sort of more in that like weird scary thing. We'll look this up now and find out he wasn't even in Adam's Family.
He was definitely in Adam's Family. Yeah. He was.
This is obviously more out of that sort
Fester.
of. He's Fester, isn't he? Yeah. This is more out of that sort of canon, if you like. But he's obviously scary. Okay, so he's not done that yet. That's kind of interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, he's obviously scary. There's obviously you can also tell there's something else going on with him. He's more than just this sort of company corporate official guy. There's something not quite right with him. And then, as you say, you get the reveal that he's actually a toon.
I have a rant about the dip.
Okay.
Because you guys don't know, the world does not know. I work, my job revolves around chemicals and chemical waste. So when they're like, this is the dip, it's acetone, benzene, and turpentine. I'm like, why is it green? Why is it lime green? I get it,
Science.
Toxic waste, whatever. This is not going to be green. It is steaming. It is vaporizing everywhere. Everywhere they have this dip, it would be impossible to stand in. It would stink so bad. It would get all in it would hurt. Everything would hurt. I just kept watching. It's like one of those things whenever you know too much about something that then you start picking it out. And then at the end they wash it all down the drain. And I'm like, those cannot go in the sewer system. These are cancer causing chemicals.
To me.
Yeah, you're going to get fined by your government agencies.
I imagine there's a load of toons down there as well, just going about the day, doing whatever job they've got down
probably,
there.
Yeah, anything that lives in the water. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm guessing it does a great job. It's just 3 really powerful solvents. It's probably dissolving everything down there in Toonland. But
just kill toons, killing everyone.
Get rid of all those fat birds.
If you drink or inhale enough of that, you will die as a human. Won't take much.
Yeah, that's the bit they cut from it. It was just they've saved the day, and then everyone's just slowly dying everywhere.
Yeah, everyone has cancer.
Yeah, it'd be a different movie if Doom just pops the lid off, dangles the shoe over, and then just passes out.
He probably would. It is, and he's like, at the end when he's got it in the big machine, he's like, and it's hot or whatever. I'm like, no, it's creating more. Think of how much is in the air right now. Yeah. And I was watching with my partner at the end. She was like, well, how is Bob Haskins just walking straight through it? I was like, I mean, he can walk through it. It's not going to be good in his health later. He's, it's not going to kill him on his shoes, I guess. Yeah.
Such a novel all over again.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like in my notes, it's actually it's just half of it just about the dip. Goodness.
Very good. Oh, one other thing on the plot, something that didn't make it into the movie, but in the early versions of the script, Judge Doom was revealed to be the one who killed Bambi's mum. I would have quite liked to see that.
Yeah,
that would have been a very nice touch.
That's a good one. Yeah.
All right. Guys, are you finished talking about plot and ready to play a game?
Love to play a game.
Okay, right. And let me just grab the song.
Oh shit, Amanda! This is a grudge match, isn't it? Which you didn't sign up for.
This is.
Yeah, I'm very nervous.
Yeah. So this is all Heather's fault, basically, because
Stop ruining the song.
All right. Okay.
Girls play plenty of games, but is 0-2. You've let Revisionist make a fool of you. Will you do less shite like those other folks do? Grab a beer and don't lose more rounds than 2. You're sitting both wondering what it's all about. 5 categories that you'll have to figure out. Will you gamble right or force the other to choose? No pressure here, but when you both must do.
Key change.
If Carla beat it Heather all those months ago, Amanda would have no pressure now to perform. And if Carl's still shite, hang his head he must do. Or get a point back and trail just 1-2. So there you go. So as Carl alluded to there, the score overall between Carl versus guests is 4 apiece. It's 4 all, 8 episodes in. This is the 9th episode. But more importantly, it is Rev Almanac 2, Carl 0. So he has lost to both, to Heather and to Andrew in the past. So there is lots to play for here, not just in Carl's overall score against guests, but for pride, Amanda. Let's face it, you've got to.
No one was thinking about that until Heather started talking shit. This is all Heather's fault.
They do this every time. They put way too much pressure on me when I go to somebody else's show. God, they're gonna kick me off.
But you did beat them in our Oscars prediction game, though.
That is worth pointing out. You did.
bragged.
Hopefully you've been. Yeah, I was going to say. Hopefully you've been using that as bragging rights for the last few weeks.
I bet you will.
You did win, Carl. Well done. So anyway, I'm going to explain the game now. So listen carefully. I'm going to provide a category. You're going to take it in turns to estimate how many of that category you can name. And the highest bidder then has to name them. So if you list the number that you estimate, then you win the point. If you fail to name that number, then, or you get one wrong, then the other player wins the point. So for example, if Carl bids 5 on the category, Amanda, you say, no, I think I can name 8. Carl says, okay, I'll go 9. And Amanda doesn't think she can name 10 or doesn't think Carl can name 9. You can then tell Carl to name them. And if Carl names those 9, he'll get a point. If he fails to name the 9, you will get a point. So there is some strategy at play here. All of these categories...
the most confusing way you could have explained that.
Is that difficult?
I'm so stressed.
It's just that you tried to explain 2 scenarios at once. You tried to explain 2 tactical approaches at once. Instead of just running through one thing and they said, or you can do this.
I'm basically just going to wait for me to fold on it and then you to get them wrong. And me to win by
That
chance.
is a tactic.
Yeah.
That is a tactic. It's just how high you can push him, I guess, is the thing. So I've got 5 categories. Okay, they're all somewhat related to this mash that we are doing. You're going to have to bear with me because I've got lists. Some of these, there are a lot of options for them. So if I don't know they're correct, I'm going to have to quickly sort of do some checking in the background. Okay, so just take your time when you're naming them. Don't put too much pressure on me because let's face it, I'm the one under pressure here, guys. Not you, where everything is at stake. Anyway, the first category, okay, is Jack Nicholson. So these are feature-length movies that Jack Nicholson makes a credited appearance. According to Letterboxd, there are 69 to choose from, just so you know. Amanda, as you are the guest, you can put your first bid in for how many Jack Nicholson films you think you can name.
I can't even think about how many I've even seen. It's probably 3.
I think you'll know of plenty more, probably, maybe.
I'm going to go with 3.
3, okay. Carl?
It's a very pitiful.
I'll go with 4.
4. Amanda? Carl's definitely going to be able to name 4, so you need to push him
No, he
higher.
can easily name 4, but can I easily name anything more than 4?
I mean, maybe giving away that you couldn't easily do that was maybe a bit of a flaw in your
yeah, maybe I'm actually just really
tactics.
bad at
She's absolutely slow rolled us here.
Yeah.
She go, okay, I'll do 5. I'll say it, and she'll just go done. Easy. So, what?
You know too much about me to know that I haven't seen anything. Sure, I'm gonna say 5.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty tempted to say name them, to be honest. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go name them.
Okay, Amanda, you've got to name 5.
I'm going to lose my mind. Okay. Ones that I've seen: 5 Easy Pieces, 1 Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Chinatown, The Departed. That is him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the 5th. I thought I'd only make it to 3. Everyone listening is laughing hysterically at me because
they haven't been here. They haven't been here. When the lights are on, the pressure.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Is it Terms of Endearment?
Terms of Endearment is correct. Yes. So that's 5. So Amanda, you do pick up the points.
Oh, it's pretty good. A couple of more obscure ones in there.
Yeah. That the 5. What is it? 5.
Five Easy Pieces.
5 Easy Pieces. Yeah, that was not one I would have been able to name.
Yeah,
So,
it was one that
show.
I think I covered, and I went, "This is a bad movie," but people love it. I hated it.
Okay, next category is Christopher Lloyd films. So these are feature-length movies where Christopher Lloyd makes a credited appearance. He is quite prolific. He has 144 credits. Carl, it's going to be to you first to estimate how many you can name.
5.
I don't even want to I don't even know if I can challenge this. No, I'm not even going to attempt it. Just go for it.
Carl's going to name 5. Go on, hey, Carl.
Yeah, obviously this, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yep.
The Addams Family, we've said.
Yep.
And then...
Yeah, we just talked about this.
Back to the Future, Back to the Future Part 2, Back to the Future Part 3.
Yep, there you go. Okay, so that's one apiece then. So we move on to the third topic, which is
pick a person that I do know.
Animal titles. Okay, so these are feature-length movies that have an animal, real or fictional animal, in their title, a la the film that we are talking about today. This is one of those horrible categories where you go, there are going to be lots of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, this would be so easy. And then I can't think of a single one.
So, Amanda, you get to go first with your estimate for how many you can bid for.
While I think of more, I'm going to throw out 4.
Oh.
Okay, Carl.
I don't like that. I mean, I should say 5. Must be able to do 5.
While I keep thinking, I could do 6, I think.
Okay. Carl?
I wish you hadn't said that.
This one's slightly easier. I don't have to remember who people are.
This is true, yeah.
I'm going to have to say, oh, shit. No, I'm going to have to say name them.
Name 6 animal films.
Okay.
There you
I'm
go,
gonna need you to do this really slowly so I can keep thinking. We're gonna go through Frame Roger Rabbit.
Nice.
Birdman.
Yep.
It's a bird. Cats.
Yep.
It's just cats. Hotel for Dogs.
Yep.
To Kill a Mockingbird. And
That's 5.
I'm picturing every animal in my head.
It's so funny when you've got the list in front of you.
Secondhand Lions.
Secondhand? I've never heard of this film.
Imagine going for that over The Lion King.
Yeah, so it's like one of those DVDs that you have as a child that, like, when you look at your DVD set, you're like, oh, Secondhand Lions. I don't think I've ever actually watched the movie. Yeah. I just know it's a movie that exists.
Oh, Lion. That must be in a movie title. Like, Secondhand Lions. Of course. Yeah, I really should have gone for that.
2003 comedy drama starring... Who is even in this?
But again, well played. Some really strange pulls there.
Haley Joel Osment's in it.
Wow.
And Robert Duvall.
Wow.
Right. So well done. You did get that. So you could have had 101 Dalmatians, 102 Dalmatians.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was like, will he let me have Dalmatian, or will he say that's not a dog? That's not dog, mate.
Alvin and the Chipmunks. You could have had The Amazing Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man thing, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Ant-Man the Wasp. You could have Ants. You could have, yeah. You could have had Big Fish. You could have had Black Panther. You could have had Brother Bear, Bumblebee, The Cat in the Hat, Cats and Dogs, Chicken Little, Chicken Run.
Before you pulled out that, I can't even remember what Not the Lion King's called now. But before you pulled that out, I was like, she's already said One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest earlier. Is she going to remember? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
See, that would be like the Dalmatians thing. I'm like, I guess this counts. The problem is that, okay, so I could have cheated. I have a cabinet full of all my animated movies right next to me. I didn't even think to, like, just whip that open. There's like probably 40 right there.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically every animated film has some sort of animal in the title, right? So, yeah. So there you go. Anyway, Amanda picks that up. It's 2-1 at the moment. So we're on to topic number 4, which is Robert Zemeckis. Feature-length movies directed by Robert Zemeckis. He has 24, so less to go at than the other previous 3 categories. And it's Carl, you to bid first.
5.
And Carl bids 5.
It's so embarrassing. 6.
All right.
7.
Go for it.
Name those
Okay.
7, Carl.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes, that's 1.
Back to the Future.
Yes.
Polar Express.
Yes.
A
That's
Christmas
3.
Carol.
Yes. 4.
I think he did the other one as well, but I'll come back to that. Allied, watched that recently.
Yeah, that's 5.
Flight, I've watched that recently.
Yep, that's 6.
Oh, there's
One more.
that one that you went to see. Here.
Here, yes, that pile of crap here. So that is 7. Carl, I reckon you can
The
name
other
a
one was
few more.
Beowulf. I was going to go for because
Beowulf, yeah.
that topped off like the trilogy of weird mocap thing. He probably did Back to the Future 2 as well.
He did.
Did he even do Back to the Future 3?
He did.
It would pull on that one. Forrest Gump, of course.
Yep.
Pinocchio, he did.
Yeah. You're doing pretty well. You can name them all. You don't get any extra points for this.
I think that I might have been struggling after that.
All right. Well, you got missed out. What Lies Beneath? Romancing the Stone.
Romancing the Stone, yeah.
Did you say Castaway?
No, I didn't say Castaway. Castaway, I might have got to, yeah.
Death Becomes Her.
No, not seen that.
And that's about it. Ones that are pretty common. So yeah, well done. You did it. You did that. So it's 2-2 going into the final match. And this one, Amanda, this is your zone. Okay, so no pressure.
Oh my God.
But we're going Oscar related here. Best visual effects Oscar winners. Films that have won the best visual effects at the Oscars, either competitively or as a special award since 1964. There are 63 to choose from. How many would you like to bid, Amanda? Amanda's having like a nervous breakdown on live
Right,
on
okay,
the
so-
pod.
Yeah, home turf this.
You would think, and this is me completely spoiling my strategy. I hate this category. I don't care about it. So I'll give you 4, I guess.
Okay, 4. Carl?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. Yeah, I'm gonna go more than that. Let's go 5. I was gonna jump then.
Yeah.
I was gonna really put the pressure on, but that's a very easy way to look silly. So I'll say 5.
Amanda? This is where we wish that this was a video podcast, just to see the angst
Yeah.
on Amanda's face.
I think my face has gone up 10 shades of red from the stress. The problem is I can't just... my strategy. If I lose, then I could lose my home of the podcast forever because they're not going to let me back in.
No, I'll tell you as well. I have got a strategy for this, which may or may not be right, but
You're not going to reveal that strategy.
No, not now.
No.
Yeah.
That'd be very
I'll
poor
say
play.
6 then.
Okay. He's gone for 6. Carl?
I've got to imagine that under pressure, you're going to pull them out as you have done on the other 2. This is your home turf. I think I've got a strategy, so I'm going to say 7.
I'm going to say name them.
Name those 7, Carl. Okay, 7. Is this 7 a lucky number for Carl again? Away you go.
So I think, I'll tell you what my strategy is. I think this always goes to the picture you think it's going to go to. I think this always goes to the big movie. It's very rare that they go, we'll give it to the smaller picture because the effects were great.
Okay, different strategy as I was expecting you to go for. We'll go for it.
So like this year was Avatar Fire and Ass.
It was. So that's 1.
And we can also say, therefore, that we've got Avatar The Way of Water.
Yep.
Did we do... Sure, you'd think Avatar as well, wouldn't you? But that's going back a bit far for me. We'll come back to that one if we need it. I'm pretty sure June Part 2.
Yep.
And June Part 1.
Yep.
What's that we're up to
That's
now?
4.
I think I've got another 2 here. I've definitely got, because I've just watched the first one of this, but I'm going to go for the sequel, reboot, whatever you want to call it, Blade Runner 2049.
Yep. That wasn't a dramatic pause. That was literally me trying to find the
right.
film.
Um,
That's 5.
And I've got to get to how many?
7. You need 2 more.
A couple of years back, Godzilla -1.
I'm pretty sure you're right. Yep, that's 6.
And I don't even have to pull on the other Avatar because I'm fairly confident with this, 1917.
1917 did win. That is your 7. So Carl does
we could have also said this. I think we mentioned this as well.
Yes, Who Framed Roger Rabbit does.
Avatar,
does
the first one.
Yep.
Tenet might be in there.
Tenet did, in fact, win.
Wow.
Yes.
And then you'd have had... Oh, shit. What was the other one? Did the original Blade Runner? It must have done. 82.
No.
Okay. It was good I didn't pull on that.
Yep. Amanda, any that you would have gone for that Carl's not mentioned?
I don't think so.
But do you know what I mean? Like, I think certainly in recent years, it really does always go to the film you think it's going to go to.
The strategy I thought you were going to go for, Carl, was James Cameron, and just name every James Cameron movie.
Yeah, so Titanic would shoe into.
The Abyss, Aliens, Avatar, Avatar 2, Avatar 3, Titanic. Yeah. Has he done the others? Probably.
He's wasted his career on Avatar.
So not True Lies, that wasn't him, but Total Recall, another an Arnie one. Another Arnie one, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, obviously, as mentioned. Then you could have gone down the Lord of the Rings, all 3 of those.
Yeah. Do you know the problem with those? Wouldn't have been able to tell you what they're called. Okay, the Lord of the Rings 1, 2, and 3. Is that acceptable?
I would have accepted it, I think, yeah. But anyway, so Carl, you do get the victory 3-2. So you do get back some pride. Amanda's got to go away back to the other 2 with a tail between her legs.
I lost in an Oscars category.
Yeah. This isn't your fault, Amanda. Fuck those guys, honestly.
Well, so as I said, anything that involves slightly fantasy or sci-fi, I don't care about it at all. And so every year when it comes around to visual effects, I see the nominees and I go, great, I will watch none of those because I don't care. I've not seen any Avatars. I don't want to see them ever.
Waste of time.
Honestly, don't bother.
Waste of time.
The first one was a cultural thing that I watched at the time, and I'm pleased I did see it at the time because it was just, it kind of sums up a time. Since then, my thoughts are well documented by now on Avatar, but no thanks. Anyway, so Carl now leads 5-4 over the guests.
That was tense. Carl. That was tense because Amanda, you set yourself up as having seen no film and immediately took the first category.
That would have been some like prime gameplay if you just been like, oh no, I couldn't. And then you just like suck it.
Yeah.
I expect everyone to have this like encyclopedia of a head and like name 40 Jack Nicholson things that I've never seen. So
it is so hard. No, you wouldn't like. But we
under pressure.
There's a reason There's a reason I set these questions and don't play because my mind goes blank when I'm just thinking of anyone's name about the film we're talking about. It's gone immediately as soon as I try and reach for it. As soon as I try and reach for anything which I know I could describe it, I could draw the poster. Name the film, no chance.
It's horrible as well. And we've had some people on who like really know this shit as well. Like John Rain was one. I mean, Andrew, obviously. Kieran's thing was speed. He was fucking incredible how quickly he would get there. For that sake.
That was a demolition job, that one with Kieran.
You can feel very, very silly very easily.
Anyway, that is now over. You can relax and we can talk about the cast. Should we kick things off with Bob Hoskins? Eddie Valiant?
Definitely.
What do we make of Bob?
I like Bob. If you've seen the very long list of people that were up for this role, none of them have that like soft yet stoic demeanor that he does. They're all either way too goofy or they're way too serious. So
I haven't seen this list. Who's on it?
So they wanted Bill Murray. That was the first choice, but they couldn't get in touch with him. Don't know why they couldn't get in touch with them. Like phones existed back then. Don't really know what happened. Eddie Murphy turned it down. But I think what those two both lack is that Bob Hoskins could be in a noir film, probably just playing it straight as you go. Whereas I think you would struggle.
Well, he has been. He's played a gangster. He's played a gangster lots of times. Yeah.
Whereas you have a Bill Murray. If you have a comedian in there, it automatically, as you were saying with the plot, it automatically then maybe you're not playing it quite straight, and therefore
I could see Bill Murray on the because his particular style of humour is so dry and almost downbeat. Eddie Murphy's a big no. That would be a very different film with Eddie Murphy in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the right thing for him to turn it down. To be honest, for him, I don't think it would have worked. Half as well if he was in it. So but interestingly, Joe Pantoliano, he was in the initial test shots and acted in the sort of the proof of concept, and I could actually see
he's good. Joey Pants, he's good. Yeah.
But yeah,
But musical number aside, I thought Bob Hoskins was very, very good.
But he's not meant to be good at that, is he? That's the thing. He's doing that out of character as well.
Yeah, I just wanted that bit to go away, to be honest with you. But no, I think he's terrific, and it is because he's got, like you said, Amanda. He is a detective. He has played a gangster and all that straight side of it, but he has still got a warmth, which makes sense for the plot when he sort of comes around.
No, that is a great point, and not something that I'd really thought about. But you're exactly right. It's Carl. You like to do a bit of a recasting usually. Is there anyone you would put for Bob Hoskins?
Well, it is tricky because I've written down that you need someone grounded and slightly cynical. Mm-hmm. Obviously, this is a guy that is weathered, drinking problem, all that jazz, but still human underneath for that sort of warm turnaround that comes. I think when you look at this film and you go, oh, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like a kind of a crazy, wacky comedy, a choice you might go to straight away is Danny DeVito, right?
You always recast him with anyone that's relatively small.
It's not about that. It's not about the height. It's not about the height. It's about and whether you want to link this to small or not. I'll let you run off with this in a second. It's not about the height. It's about how angry they are. Right. Which fits Joe Pesci as well, to be fair. Yeah. The problem with that is you immediately these days think, oh, that's just too wild cap. Like, he can't play it straight, which is actually a slight disservice to Danny DeVito. Like, he's played plenty of straight dramatic roles, especially in his earlier days. So I don't know whether that one might have actually worked all right at the time, but when we think of Danny DeVito today, it doesn't quite work. So I've got two names for you. We've had this discussion before, Simon, and I know that you don't fully agree with this. No, it wasn't Hook. So Nick Nolte would be great at this because Nick Nolte is a man who would easily come to play in a weathered detective with a drinking problem and some emotional baggage, right? The other side of that coin, for me, I think they're actually very similar, and this is where you don't agree, is Jeff Bridges. Because Jeff Bridges, again, in his back catalogue, like, you have to stop thinking of Jeff Bridges as the dude, okay? Which, I know is difficult, but, like, in his back catalogue, he has played plenty of characters, again, these weathered, hard-nosed individuals that have got a problem with drink and have to go on some sort of turnaround. So Nolte would be better at the gruff detective side of it, for sure. I think he's still got the warm turnaround in him. Jeff Bridges is definitely better at the warm turnaround, but I think he's still got the gruff detective in him. So you can have either one of those. I think it works. But, like, to reiterate the point, Bob Hoskins is really good in this. It's not an easy recast.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I once I heard Joey Pants, I was a bit like, yeah, I could easily see him playing.
See, Joey Pants is brilliant as the weather detective, but he's not so likable. Yeah, he's not so likable, which gives you the problem on the back. Not that it wouldn't work in the same way that Nick Nolte wouldn't work, but that is where the challenge comes with Joe Pantoliano.
Any Amanda that you thought would be good in the role? Did you give any thought?
Yeah, it was tough, and as it was going on, I've seen Matilda like 1,000 times, and so I was thinking of Danny DeVito, and then my partner was like, "Oh, Joe Pesci," and I was like, "So we're just looking at small.
We're looking at small angry guys."
The same, but I think either of those they'd be just fine. They're all interchangeable, I guess. I don't know. I did see that Jack Nicholson was on the list of people, and I thought, okay, but if it's a play on Chinatown, You could play the character, like the character could be slightly changed. And I think he
It would have
might have
worked.
something.
That would be interesting. Yeah,
It would have
that
worked.
be
I think that would have been really good. I will say out of the Danny DeVito and Pesci, it's funny, like Pesci's almost the opposite, right? Because whereas Danny DeVito starts out more dramatic and he comes to and he's been almost tarred with the comedy brush by this point, Pesci's the other way. Pesci comes through as this like very, very serious dramatic actor, mean, nasty, and he finds his comedy chops later. Pesci, I think, would really work. I think that's a great shout. Because I could see him as the detective, and he's definitely, as we've seen, got that sort of warmth in him and the funny, the chops to do the sort of.
The only problem with casting Joe Pesci is that then he couldn't be Baby Herman. This is really where you need to have Joe Pesci coming in.
Yeah,
you need the voice of Joe Pesci instead of Lou Hirsch.
I've got Humphrey Bogart for Baby Herman. He was dead by this time, but that's not important.
Very good. Okay, Christopher Lloyd as Judge Doom. What do we make of Christopher Lloyd in this?
I like him. I feel like I was thinking if I watched this as a child, would I find him scary?
I was terrified.
Yeah, so I watched as a kid Elmo and Grouchland a lot, which has Mandy Patinkin as like the villain, and I thought Mandy Patinkin was horrifying. Like he scared me a lot when I was a kid, and so I thought like, but I think that we need someone scarier for Doom. Like, no, he probably actually is scary. I'm just watching it as an adult. So I was having a lot of trouble thinking of something for him.
It's also quite funny nowadays.
Yeah.
When you say Mandy Patinkin, we need someone scarier like Mandy Patinkin. I'm like, what?
He's so like soft. He looks so kind. But at the time, there must have been something he was doing with Elmo. I don't know. He scared me.
He's like a lovely uncle, Mandy Patinkin.
I was like, "Ooh, can Mandy Patinkin do this?" And I started Googling pictures of him. I was like, "No, what was I thinking?"
Yeah, I mean, I think Christopher Lloyd, he does bring that great balance of that sinister tone to it, but wackiness that is also the underlying wackiness that is there. That he's quite intense, but doesn't go over the top with it either. He doesn't go too big.
Well, this is the thing. He's kind of weird, isn't he? And maybe it's in part because you know it's Christopher Lloyd and you've watched Back to the Future. But he kind of is big but controlled. Yeah. So I sort of agree, but like it is a kind of big performance in that he's obviously, even we know there's something sinister and it looks kind of strange and he's menacing, but also it's not madcap. Like it is controlled.
He's not doing a big evil laugh, you know. He's not.
No, he's not.
Not the main bit anyway. He also never blinks when on screen. He chose never to blink whenever he was on camera. It was always because obviously the eyes, so he never blinked. He was just kind of I guess leads to that.
Then they like reveal his other eyes. When they show his other eyes, I was like, no, his actual eyes are. The other eyes are actually scarier.
Do you know that's the weakest bit of the combination of the animation and the
because it's on the human, right?
That's
why
it's just like a little too weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Have you got some names for recasting? So
yeah, so the one I came up with was John Voight.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he could be sinister. He can be, but I think you could reveal him. You
believe him as a suit who comes in as I'm buying up all this. I'm in charge, and then there's actually something else going underneath. That's good. I like that. Like I need a big but controlled performance. You could go someone like Willem Dafoe who has that weird charm. It's not like outright menace with him. He's not like angry. It's like a weird bubbling away underneath. You look at him and go, oh, there's something not quite right with that guy. I like.
And then he can be revealed. He basically is the Green Goblin from Spider-Man, where he goes full on like pantomime villain.
Yeah, I've not seen that. Yeah. Or if you want to go a bit more straight down the outwardly menacing Michael Ironside, quite like Michael Ironside, that would work quite well.
Yes. Yeah, not the guy in the wheelchair. That's Detective Ironside. That is a very niche joke. Sorry. That is...
okay,
You've lost me entirely.
Ironside is in Top Gun as the instructor, or Starship Troopers as the...
Starship Troopers is probably the one I know most from. He's a sinister bastard, and that's true.
And he's very outwardly menacing, right? But actually, I'd settled on John Lithgow because I completely believe John Lithgow is going to swoop in and be like, yeah, I'm buying up all these things. And underneath, he's just like completely evil. And can you not see him really, really disliking Toons for a reason that's never really gotten into, by the way? He just seems to have a vendetta against them.
Because he is one.
Well,
hate what you are.
Yeah, that's true.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's a good show, John.
I like that.
Yeah. Interestingly, Tim Curry auditioned for the role and was apparently quite terrifying. I can't.
Oh, I bet.
Quite.
Yeah.
I struggle. I'm struggling to sort of get there. 80s Tim Curry.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be terrifying as much as just like goofy. I don't know. I feel like
no, come on. Home Alone 2, when he transitions into the Grinch.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. That percent. Right, you're going to tell me that like the Grinch is what, cuddly or something?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you say John Lithgow. I'm like, yeah, I can automatically.
All right. Yeah. No, look,
Tim
I prefer
Curry.
Lithgow. I think Curry would work. I think he's fine.
Now, we should talk about Roger Rabbit. Now, obviously, he's animated, but his voice, Charles Fleischer, probably, such a great voice performance. So I would actually love to watch videos of him recording that voice. I think it must be a lot of fun. He must be going wild recording some of this stuff.
I'm fully expecting us to have the same name here, by the way.
Well, I've not actually recast this, so we won't. So sorry. But during filming, he was delivering the lines off camera in full Roger costume, including rabbit ears, yellow gloves, and orange coveralls. And like during breaks, when he was in costume, all the staff at the studios would see him be like, "That is a terrible effect for this rabbit movie. What are they doing for it?" So he's obviously got a commitment to it.
It's like the method version of a voice actor, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. What did you make of the Roger Rabbit voice, Amanda?
I didn't even think about anybody else for it. I thought he does like the funny things with his mouth, his little lisps and stuff. Yeah. It's cute. Yeah.
I'm struggling as well because there's no one coming to mind here. You thought we would have the same person.
I thought everybody would just go with this Rick Moranis, isn't it, around this time?
Rick Moranis?
At the time,
I suppose he has that kind of same similar voice, doesn't he? Nasally.
Yeah. Well, he kind of is Roger Rabbit personified in how much of a klutz he is as well. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I thought everyone would say Rick Moranis, and then I could steer us onto a more, but the sensible pick would be Robin Williams. Can you imagine his madcap energy coming to this? And then I would actually go, but you know what? When all said and done, it's Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman.
He was on. Did he audition?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like I read that. I read the Wikipedia.
Quite possibly, yeah. You could see it though, couldn't you? You could see it, yeah, for sure. We should probably talk about some female actors. Joanna Cassidy, Dolores, she's in it.
I love just the character of Dolores. She delivers, like, all of her lines are very funny, and she delivers them with such a straight face that she became like my favorite person in this.
Is that a rabbit in your pocket, or you just missed the scene?
Yeah, like his brother died, killed by a piano. A tune killed him, or whatever she said. I'm like, oh, perfect. But yeah, I feel like I'm never thinking about recasting.
Yeah, I couldn't recast her, but I didn't think about recasting her. But she's a natural redhead and insisted on dyeing the hair so she didn't compete with Jessica. Probably a wise choice.
Oh, yeah.
Carl, any thoughts on Dolores?
Yeah, she was very good. I've actually just watched her yesterday in Blade Runner.
Yes, yeah, I was. I didn't make the connection that was the same person at all until I was looking. I was like, oh, because she looks very familiar. In Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it looks like I must have seen her in lots of things. But
she's another one that's done a load of serious films as well, which again just like speaks to how well the human element works in this film as a choice. But yeah, good. Didn't recast her though.
No, and I would talk about Kathleen Turner as the voice of Jessica Rabbit, but she's uncredited, so we can't talk about what we can say.
That's pretty wild, isn't it?
What's up with that? Yeah.
I don't know. She was 9 months pregnant when she recorded the voice, by the way. Feels like it's just feeding into some pervert's fantasy even more, to be honest. Animated and pregnant. Yes, come on. But there we go. Is there anyone else that we've missed?
Well, I've got some recasting for Jessica Rabbit.
Oh yeah, okay, come on.
It's sadly too early for Sharon Stone. because Sharon Stone would have been
Early
fantastic
90s.
as the voice. She'd done King Solomon's Mines, but then not much else until we get to Basic Instinct, Casino, and whatnot. So, Michelle Pfeiffer.
What's her voice? I'm trying to think of Michelle Pfeiffer's voice in terms of, is it like silky, seductive?
Yeah, like you think about when Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman and she's talking to.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, she's got that. But if you want that more classic Hollywood sort of thing, I'm going for someone like Susan Sarandon.
Yeah.
Just in terms of voice and like delivery and things.
I do like Susan Sarandon. Good voice.
Yeah.
Anyone else that we've missed?
I've not done anyone else.
No? Alrighty. Well, let's move on then to our Mashflix and Chill section. So, big question is, are we happy with the mashup as proposed? So, Chinatown and Mary Poppins makes Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Is there anywhere it doesn't work, where there's something that could be better?
I feel like it works. I was obviously the Chinatown side is like a shoe-in.
That's a lock, right?
Yeah. The Mary Poppins side, like Mary Poppins at the time obviously was very groundbreaking for this integration of the live action and the animation. Yeah. But I don't know past that if we have anything else that could be stronger for this. So especially not like anything that came before.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe something after, but no, I think this is very solid.
It'd be Bedknobs and Broomsticks would be one.
Which is after Poppins, wasn't it? But still before that, I think you've got Bert as well. Bert is basically a bit like Roger Rabbit himself. Anyway, he's kind of just like he's there for the lols.
Yeah, do you know when you said that earlier? I thought, that is very strong. Actually, that is another tie-in to.
And there is sort of fantastical bits to it, isn't there? But Bedknobs and Broomsticks, I think, still does have as well. But I'm less familiar with that film.
Yeah, it doesn't work because it's impure. But like again, the other one that you're thinking of, Space Jam, because
exactly,
Looney Tunes characters again, but it's not as pure. But actually, I repeat myself. When you said the Bert thing, I thought no, that nails Mary Poppins in as well. So it's a great mash. It's a great mash.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Well, we need not waste any time on that. So in terms of where it fits into our Film Elite tree, it fits nice and snugly in already. So Hard Boiled and Who Framed Roger Rabbit make Shoot 'em Up. So we've now got two films feeding into Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Shoot 'em Up and Superbad then make Kick-Ass. But can we extend it? So are there any mashes for the movies today? So Chinatown, any ideas on what we could make? I think previously we have said the Maltese Falcon, with one half of this, was struggling for the other half. And this is, I'll be honest, we get pre-70s, 60s side. My knowledge of this, is not strong. This is why I'm leaning heavily on our guests and Carl. But Amanda just made no. Me neither.
I have definitely heard of the Maltese Falcon. I have not watched it, so I don't know what other half we're going to need. Like what half that's bringing to it.
Yeah, I don't know either. So I did do some Googling on this, and I haven't seen any of these films, so I can't especially speak to whether they're good or not. But like things that came up with Sunset Boulevard, because that gives you a seedy corporate underbelly of LA.
That's a good one.
Double Indemnity, although Double Indemnity would be a sub for the Maltese Falcon.
The Maltese Falcon, because if you combine Double Indemnity and Maltese Falcon, they're too
similar.
You don't get any different aspects from them, do you? That's the problem.
Yeah. Grapes of Wrath, another one that I've not seen, but supposedly introduces like a land and water California corruption thing, which if that is right, would be a very clean pairing with either one of Double Indemnity or Maltese Falcon, or honestly, a lot of different noirs from that time.
What was that? Grapes of
Wrath. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. No, I've not seen that either. What year was that, Carl?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, it's fine.
I didn't write that down.
That's fine. Pre-1974, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think the Maltese Falcon, we're fairly locked in on that one. We still need to do a bit of work on
1940.
The other half. Okay.
1940.
So we might need to do a bit of watching of Sunset Boulevard. I've seen Sunset Boulevard, but I don't remember it. very well. I've also seen Double Indemnity, but I've not seen The Maltese Falcon. Again, Double Indemnity, not much memory of, but I read about it as part of this, and I was just like, yeah, that kind of fits. So yeah, okay, maybe we need to do a bit of watching there. Now, what about Mary Poppins side of things? Well, the obvious one is The Wizard of Oz. In terms of the musical, fantastical...
A bit of crossover in worlds as well.
Side, yeah, true. Yeah, you've got two worlds. But then what are you missing then?
I mean, it's hard, isn't it? Because that film is just such a load of nonsense for 2 hours and however long it is. Yeah. So Wizard of Oz has got that bit nailed down. but what else is there? I guess what you're looking at, like neglectant parents,
family things,
and then realizing what's important. So then I'm reaching for something like It's a Wonderful Life.
That, yeah. Different angle of it, I suppose, isn't it? Where it's well, I suppose it's still a father. It's a father coming, seeing the light, seeing what's important, thing, isn't it?
Yeah, what's important.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I haven't seen this one in a while, but with children and parents, I was thinking Oliver. It is a musical-ish, and there's children involved. That's all I remember.
I mean, those kids in Mary Poppins are one step away from being orphans, let's face it.
that is true. I was like, these are two very opposite sides of like the socioeconomic spectrum, but...
The mother's wandering around going like, oh my God, what we do? There's no nanny, don't tell father. It's like, here's an idea, love. How about you look after them? Have you thought about that? But God knows where she's off gallivanting before.
She's trying to get women to vote.
Yeah,
the women the right to vote.
That's true. Actually, that is a noble cause.
Yeah.
But also watch your children.
But yeah, the kids did run off more than once, and they were rounded up in the local park by the local chimney sweep. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? Yeah. The coppers got them once, and then the chimney sweep got them the second time.
Yeah. So Oliver, the earliest Oliver I can see is 68. So it would be impure.
So close.
Yeah, it is so close. There might be a shout. Wonderful Life is what? That's a 47. I want to say. Is that?
I don't know.
It's definitely pure anyway. Yeah. It might. I mean, it might be one of those that we do, and then we think of a better alternative as we are 46 close. Yeah,
I had one to throw on just for the goofy side of it. It's absolutely completely impure. But if we're just needing something else to throw into it, since we've already had two things with dancing penguins, I'm saying Happy Feet.
Yeah.
Because that's the important bit. We need to bring the dancing penguins.
I'm like, that's clearly what the whole thing for today was.
It's basically the dancing penguin cinematic universe is what we're seeing here. There's a thread throughout time. Every decade has to have one. Happy
Feet 2.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Done by whatever his name
was. Toy Story has a singing penguin. I mean, that's
Wheezy.
Wheezy.
Yeah, Wheezy. He's dying.
Hey, Woody. Yeah.
They're trying to kill him.
He's got lung cancer, the poor lad.
Too much benzene.
Yeah.
They're going to put him in the dip.
Okay, so we've not got nothing better than It's a Wonderful Life that's pure at the moment. Or Oliver is a good shout, but impure, just impure. All right, okay. Are there any other random matches, Amanda, that's been going through your head as you've been doing this? You were like, oh, if I could just throw out any.
No, that was my Happy Feet throw.
No, okay, fair enough.
That's just what's been in my head, I guess.
All right, Carl. Anything else you want to add?
No, I've stopped suggesting these because we never have to.
Anyway, Amanda, thank you so much for joining. It's been a lot of fun. Now, is there anything that you'd like to tell people about that's coming up, or how people can find you?
Yeah, so you can find me obviously on Oscar Upsets. Mainly I'm just on Instagram. I have other things. I don't really go on them, I'll be honest. And roughly monthly on the Almanac channel. We're always recording something and we never really know what we're doing. Heather and I, we just kind of show up and we start talking. So I think we're doing something for Meryl Streep coming up.
Right. Is this for The Devil Wears Prada 2? Is that the link?
I have to watch The Devil Wears Prada
It's
in
a
prep
treat.
because I
It's
have
a
not
treat.
seen it. And then we're doing something for the drama for Robert Pattinson and
Zendaya and
Mhm.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, I think that's what we've got going on for March, April.
Good stuff. Looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah.
So we will be back next month, 8th of May, as we invite another guest on to Mashflix and Chill. You can also find all our previous Movie the Needle date night classics and monthly retro episodes on our feed. So do like, follow, and all that stuff wherever you are listening and seeing things. Next week, we will... No, that's not right. Yeah, so next week, we are back with our classics collection as we join Sir Sean and Nick Cage on The Rock. Thanks to Amanda again. Thank you for listening. And goodbye. Say goodbye, Carl.
Goodbye, Carl.
It started as hybrids, a game from Carl's mind. Thinking about what if two movies combined, we could stitch them together in pyramid style or a filmily tree. Said sigh with a smile, we still do the scale, all 5 points we've got, and unveil the ale. Only Carl drinks the lot. A man called Adam said, hey, this looks good, so we made it a podcast as quick